Hello, here we are on 3-4 again with slope of a line, and we're finding the slope of the line that passes through these given points. Now this one's a little strange because we don't actually have any rise. We have a point at -2, -1 and 1, -1. Let's switch this to a little bit darker. And so for this one, if I was going to count, I think that could be a little bit confusing. You're going to learn to recognize what kind of slope this is anyway. So if I list these points, -2, -1, and 1, -1, and use the formula. I'm going to write that out. I like to write it out, and if you write it out every time you use it, that's going to help you learn the formula because, you know, if you don't know the formula, it's going to be difficult to use. Okay, so we're going to have -1 minus -1 and -2 minus 1. Now you notice that my y's were the same two numbers. -1 plus 1 over -3 would be 0 over -3. So a horizontal line has a slope of 0, and that's always going to be the case. Next. Okay, so on this, you know, the way they have this labeled, it would be quite a bit of counting, I guess, if we were just going to count it, but we can do that. So we're going to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I think I counted right that time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my rise is -7, and my run, and I'm going to go to the right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and my run is 4. So this line has a slope of -7/4, right? You always count 1 to the right or below or whichever direction you're going. You don't count the point where you start. And so you can verify that, -3, You don't have to do these both ways, but I'm just trying to teach you how to work with this. 1, -4. Okay, so if I put this in the formula again, all right, I'm going to have -4 minus 3, and 1 minus -3 would be +3. So -7 over 4, and you can see that our slope is verified. It's just a check, you know, because I messed up earlier. We all mess up sometimes. Okay, so here's some things just to help you understand how slope works. When you're looking at a line that's going down to the right, and you're always looking at this from left to right, when it goes down to the left, to the right, it's negative slope. Up to the right, it's a positive slope. When you're looking at this triangle that I have drawn here, if you can kind of think when you're going up the hill, that's a positive slope. When you're going down the hill, that's your negative slope. Vertical lines have an undefined slope. And we just talked about a horizontal line. It had a 0 slope. This is something that you just need to learn. It's helpful to know when you're working with lines. Okay, so we're just going to run through these real quickly. State whether the slope of the line is positive, negative, 0, or undefined. So we're not going to get real specific on the ones that are just positive and negative. So notice the first line is going down to the right on number 15. These are from your book. So it has a negative slope. Number 16 is going up to the right. So this one has a positive slope. And you can just tell this by looking, right? We just look at the line and we know. And when you're graphing a line, if it was supposed to have a positive slope and it's going in the wrong direction, then you know that you messed up on that. Vertical lines have an undefined slope. So number 17 is undefined. Number 18 is a horizontal line, so it is a 0 slope. And so that's just a matter of learning to identify. Okay, now we're going to look at some slopes, not the lines themselves, and determine which direction they're going, upward, downward, horizontal, or vertical. So the first one, m equals -5, that is a negative slope, so that's going to go downward, right? It's downward to the right. m equals 0. Well, a 0 slope means a horizontal line. And then the next one is a positive slope, positive 3/2. So that's going upward to the right. Right, it's going up to the right. And it's undefined, so that would be vertical. If only I could write, yes, vertical. And there we go. Okay, let's see what's next. We may stop here. Yes, I believe we will. So we will pick up with the next concept on the next video. See you soon.